Hello, welcome to another video of Just Denture Lab. So if you it's the first time you're tuning into this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit a notification. Today's video I'm going to show you how to set up a full upper and lower Phonares 2 teeth shade B1. There is a huge difference with this brand. It's produced by Ivo Clark. There is a lot of difference. One thing you need to know is when you have this type of teeth, it's made in a way that look a little bit more realistic. I call it has a three-dimensional shape. You know, as you can see, it has that kind of a three-dimensional look compared to another brand, which is slightly different. It looks more kind of a flatter looking compared to the Phonares. So there's that kind of tricky way to set that teeth up. In a factory, comes like that, already prearranged, meaning you can follow this arrangement they already have in there. If I would take this tooth out, it will be slightly like this, which I already trimmed some of that neck, because that neck is just kind of you have to trim it, because then it will be extremely bulky. Look, so here I am. I'm gonna try to set those centrals, which is, I think I try to set teeth slightly different than other maybe techs, and everyone has their own way. I try to make it simple and not too scientific, so everyone can learn from it. I can make it look so difficult, because setting teeth is not science to me. It's not. It is simple. Anyone can do it, I think, and if you're a little bit patient, it takes a little while. You can see a hole right there. It's a bubble. I will take care of that, because this is just a try. I don't care much for it. So just gonna cover it up and then go back and then smooth that area out when I'm done. So Phonares too, a lot of people like this. So I'm gonna grind off. See, this is, I cannot put that here like that. I can put that here like that. I can put it like this, like I sticking it back like it was a real tooth. I can't. So I have to trim it. I had to trim this area over here. You might not see that I'm using my lathe to trim. You know, the most difficult part of a setting teeth for me is the interiors. The thing about that teeth, you cannot mess it up because it's expensive. Oh my god, see? It's kind of a Okay, going back to my setup, I already have my two main interiors on there. They look quite centered. So now I'm just following the guidelines. As you can see, they want you to follow this. So I'm just gonna pull it out and then place that tooth just like how they have it. You know, when you're setting your interiors, just make sure take a look at the cart, how they have the cart. Then you can guide yourself from that. Or if you want to make a little bit of a kind of a changes to it, make it look more natural, no straight across, you can also do that. And I like to fill mine with, you know, wax, so I can just stick the teeth to it. See, this person is slightly class 3, and then I trying to make it look a little bit more like a class 1. So don't worry about how the teeth look like, and then when you set it, just keep on going. So in the end of your setup, you kind of start looking overall of it, and then that's when you make your changes. Apparently, I have learned that at the beginning, when you're setting, the Phonares looks kind of awkward and looks big. But then once you start setting the entire first cart, that's when, and even when you start putting the posteriors on, that's when things start looking a little bit in shape and normal. So I'm gonna put the other one on. I'm just gonna show you the first part in this video, and then I will show you the second part, how the other ones look. Just to give you an idea that Phonares is not for everyone also, because there's some artists that not be able to support those teeth. Because there is some people with a small mouth out there, or small ridges. I just put in the teeth where I think should go, and I will look in the end about, again, I'm trimming those area, because there is no way I can put that teeth on that arch without trimming it. It is nearly impossible. I don't know how others do, but I have to take down a lot of it. And you cannot make too much mistake with this expensive teeth. I mean, basically you cannot make a mistake, otherwise you have to reorder the entire cart, and this is not cheap. It looks still weird. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. I will continue setting the interiors on, and then I'll show you how the posteriors look like. I'm gonna put my last interior teeth on, the canine. I'm continuing grinding on. Again, you have to Right, it still looks not quite straight. I'll straighten that out at the end. I'm not worried about how it looks right now. I just know how it should look like. And then they look straight across. I can push this a little bit higher. And then push this higher. Like that. Then I'm gonna go back to it after I put my posteriors on. So hello again. I already put the posteriors on. Like I mentioned before, I have to eliminate the one of the bicuspid. You know, I eliminate. Some people prefer to have both bicuspid and then one molar. So in this case, I eliminating both bicuspid and put both molars on, because on the other side it was not quite rooming. I didn't have enough room on that back over here. I had a room here, but here no. So I just make it a little bit more evenly. So 2 molars and 1 bicuspid. I'm gonna save them just in case the person want her bicuspid on the denture, so then I can place them back and eliminate the back tooth. So meanwhile, I only have to use my plate, you know, my occlusion plate, to see if everything is sitting. As you see right now, it's not sitting at all. I will have to make every single one of those tooth to touch, except the laterals, you know, because you want to have a little nature looking on the laterals, and then make the centrals touch. So there will be a video part 2 on this, and then this is it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification so you can continue actually watching the video part 2 of this setup. Thank you for watching.